Amanda here from createyourfuture.co, and I've got Amanda joining me. Amanda T, how are you?
Good. How are you today, Amanda?
I'm excellent, guys. We have an exciting video of how Amanda's client got her ex back in less than a month. So, guys, you know what? It's completely possible to create anything that you want in your reality. So if you are trying to manifest an ex back or just to manifest anybody, we're going to have some great tips and tricks that you can use. And guys, Amanda's having a sale right now on our coaching, 50% off. So definitely check out link in the description. As well as, guys, we have a free course, how to identify your blocks to find, how to identify your blocks to manifest anything fast. It's going to help you build your mental diet, okay? It does put you on our mailing list. So if you don't want to be on it, you would definitely get the free course, take yourself off the mailing list. Or if you stay on the mailing list, all of our coaches actually send out intentions. Actually, most of them do with their newsletters that they send out with video and stuff like that. So definitely worth it being on it, and you'll be the first to know of any sales or anything like that. But again, if you just want the free course, please definitely take it and pop off the mailing list. No worries there. So guys, yeah, so I'm definitely excited to hear the success story of your client.
Yes, thank you. Hi, everyone. So this is a client I'm really excited to tell you about. She has had success after 2 years of wishing and waiting and wanting. She reached out to me. We had a total of 3 appointments. Now, I want to make that, I think a lot of people think it's one and done, but when you've got a big story like that, it's good to have some help all along the way. She got him back in 29 days, and I'm going to tell you guys exactly what I told her to do. The first thing I told her to do was black out everything else because, she had tried in the 3D, she had reached out, she had made phone calls, she had done all these things trying to move him closer. He had moved away. That's why they broke up. So I apologize. I missed that. He, no contact whatsoever. So I told her that we were just going to live in the end of him showing up and walking up to her door. We just needed to block everything else out because she had so many stories attached. I also said that she should I suggested she should dance. She was in a really sad kind of place, and I wanted to get her levels up before she scripted and things. I said, listen to some music that makes you happy. Remember all the good times you had with these memories. And then I want you to script, and I want you to script your end, and I want you to script him showing up and all the good things. I also said, make sure to forgive any of the bad memories and stuff so you don't go back to those old stories. Just think about how you love each other unconditionally, how important that is. And after 3 sessions and just doing that much, just those 3 simple things, she sent me a message. I will be putting it on the community tab for everyone. She said it's a miracle. She gets to give him his Christmas presents from 2 years ago. And she still had them, you guys. She was very in love, very heartbroken. And now they are together. And, she's very powerful. It's amazing. It was a wonderful story.
I love that so much. I think, that's actually, something that's really important to do, which is just focusing on good memories and good times, especially if you're manifesting like an ex back. So a quick little success story for you guys, and I did a video about this like a couple weeks back, is so I had a back spasm and in my back, right? And anyways, I was telling Andrew one day all the different ways that you can get rid of a back spasm. You can go get muscle relaxants, or you can go for a massage. Some people get those hard little roller things and roll on them to like relax the muscles. Go to the hot tub. Some people put ice on it. All these different things that and I actually was Googling things as well. Anyway, so just then actually a couple hours later, my back spasm completely went away. And so, the thing was just, and I didn't actually intend specifically for my back spasm to go away, but because of the fact that I was just focusing on back spasms being healed, like the universe, my subconscious mind had no choice but to say, okay, well, yours is going to be healed too. So, I think it's so important to focus on, the good times, the good things. So whether something's happened in the past or something's going to happen in the future that you want to create, you want to focus on it. I remember this one day, what I wanted was to create this experience with Andrew where we were sitting at this formal dinner and he came to me and put his hand out and asked me to dance while I was sitting there. And then he led me by the hand to the dance floor. And then we danced staring into each other's eyes, right? And our relationship was quite new at the time. And I had pictures pictured this a few times. And then, you know what, fast forward a couple months, all of a sudden we're going to this wedding of his colleague. And so he brings me to this wedding. And then after dinner, guess what happens? He comes up and he's like, would you like to, it was the exact scene that I was actually visualizing. So the reason why I'm saying this is for all you guys that say, what happens if you don't already have that experience? All you need to do is to think about that experience, and that'll put you in the feeling as if you already have it. Okay, so pull it from the past, or if you've never had it from the past, just create it and you'll be there, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And, yeah, use those past really good memories or create some new memories. Sometimes you'll see something fantastic on a show and you'll be like, I want some of that. Just imagine that, like that magical moment of dancing and things and him showing up to the door. She didn't, necessarily believe that at first. And I said, I promise you, just it happens in the movies. It's going to happen in your real life. It's going to happen to you. 29 days, you guys.
Exactly. I love that too. Use movies as a catalog. Use other people's things as a catalog. One thing that I was in a really bad habit of doing a long time ago was getting upset and jealous when good things happen to other people and not me. And then one day I was like, I came to this realization. I had this like light bulb moment, which I thought, basically the clouds parted and a sunbeam came down on me and it was like, ah, and I was like, I have it. Instead of being upset, I'm going to create it for me because I'm God of my universe. And so I shifted in that moment. And ever since then, anytime something good happens for somebody else, I'm like, sweet, I like that. I'm creating that. Thank you very much. That's going to happen to me. And I no longer, I'm upset by people's success. Now I'm happy about their success because, first of all, I'm excited for them because that's amazing. And I'm excited because I know I can create it as well for myself. And they just gave me that idea. So it's good for everybody. Everybody can succeed. There is no, success and I'm successful, you're a failure. And it's not one or the other. Like, everybody can be a success. Everybody can have what they want, right? There's no competition.
No competition. There's more than enough for everybody. And like you said, when you would see someone else, you would have good things. There would be times like I used to be really judgmental. Especially, I lived in Las Vegas. I've seen some cool stuff I found very questionable. And you know what I do instead? I say, wow, look at them. They're way braver than me. And all of a sudden I feel a little bit better. And there's just more joy and lightness. There's no point in judging anybody or having any negative feelings. We can have so many good, happy feelings constantly, and nothing's too good to be true. All of our dreams can come true. There's more than enough for everybody.
Oh my God, exactly. One thing actually I'm really proud about these days is like, it's like, I saw like those movies in the 80s where like, the couple will have like the matching tracksuit, right? And I was always like, I want that. Like, I want that in my relationship, right? So it's actually Halloween coming up and we're going to a Halloween party this week, right? We decided yesterday and I said to Andrea, I'm like, are you going to dress up? And he was like, because we've never actually dressed up ever. And it was like, he's like, yeah, I'm thinking about it. And I'm like, you know what I want to do? He's like, what? I'm like, I want to do a couple's costume. And he was like, yeah, okay. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I got the relationship that I want. I'm like, this, because I saw it on TV and I'm like, I want that in my relationship where somebody, dresses up with me, and actually, and it's funny too, because I manifested that watching, those 80s shows and the couples wearing the matching tracksuits. And, it's funny because Andrew actually bought a shirt that says, I have everything I want. And then he bought me a matching shirt that says, I'm everything. Right. So it's like, you can manifest. And the funny thing was when I first met him and I mentioned like having matching tracksuits and stuff, he turned his nose up at it. And then I was like, that's fine. And then, I just, and then I was like, no, I intend that we do this and we do those cheesy things in our relationship. And because I saw it on TV and it reminded me, and he shifted. So you can shift anything in your reality. You just need to start focusing on it. And if you don't get it the first time, that's fine. Just, limit your reaction. It's okay to be human and react, but try to limit it because reacting is still creating. Okay. You're not immune in that moment. You're constantly creating no matter what you're doing, no matter how you're feeling, right? So it's about observing and just being like emotionless and not putting any meaning to it because it's empty and meaningless. You know, he said no. And I was like, that's fine. He's going to change his mind. And guess what? He did. I'm thinking we're going to do salt and pepper, or we're going to do like tequila and lime. I don't know. I want to do something, or like peanut butter and jelly, where I'm peanut butter, he's jelly. And then we can hug and be a sandwich. You know, I think that would be adorable. Cute. Remember, we still have to sit at a pub. So I don't want to be like this in the costume, right? Like, I want to be able to, you know, and we still want to be able to pick up a water at the pub, right? But you know, water. You know,
it's okay. It's important to be comfortable and enjoy yourself. You know, that's actually part of like not reacting is, you know, remember that you get to enjoy your life. And, you know, I've had a lot of clients that have said, well, I know I shouldn't do, you know, and I'm like, did you have fun? Did you like it? I remember I was at a kid's birthday party and I said to my friend of like 25 years, it was like some inflatable thing. I was like, let's run up it and race and stuff. And we had a great time to just feel alive and have fun again. That's the stuff life's made of.
I know, right? You know, and it's so funny too. What I do notice, you know, is in those moments where you are actually having fun, you know, and you know, things just start flying in. So there's one thing that I absolutely love more than anything is, you know, hanging out with family and playing board games and stuff like that. That's one thing I really love. And I remember I was manifesting a bunch of stuff, and, you know, and basically I just went and played board games at my sister's house all day and didn't even really look at my phone. And by the end of the day, boom, it all came rolling in. And, you know, and it was like, boom, all the emails were there, everything. And it's like, you know, when you're having fun and enjoying yourself, you know, you've got no blocks and resistance, right? You know, you're letting it come in, you're distracted, you know, and I think there's a very important, you know, time to distract yourself in life, to not worry, because worrying is just worshiping the problem, right? So, you know, it's like, be on your mental diet and distract yourself, have fun, enjoy. You're here to create and enjoy. So create and enjoy and have fun. And when you are having fun, you'll notice things do come in, you know, when you're not sitting at home. I remember when I was manifesting Andrew, and he would be like, well, you know, I'm busy this Friday. And I'd start to worry. I'd be like, oh my God, what is he, going out with another woman? And I was like, you know what, whatever. Obviously I manifested him being busy. That's fine. I'm going to go out with my friends. I would go out with my friends, and then other manifestations would happen and I'd have a good time. And then Andrew would still text me the next day. And sometimes he would text me that night, at that same night, to see how I was doing. And here's me. I'm like, I'm out drinking with my friends at the pub. I mean, drinking water at the friends, you know, but like just living your life and not, you know, sitting around. I think, you know, and that reminds me, I remember when I first learned all about this law of assumption and stuff, I remember people saying, you know, empty half your closet. Act as if you're married, okay, if you want to marry somebody. And when I look back on that, I think, okay, if I was in the mindset where I was going to act as if I was married, I would have stayed home and I would not have gone out with my friends when Andrew said he was busy. Because if I was married, I wouldn't be doing that, or apparently. But no, I was in the mindset of, okay, I'm going to live as if, okay, so it's in my mind that I do want to pursue a serious relationship with Andrew, but he's busy tonight. So I'm going to go out and have fun. Okay. And that's how I looked at it. I never, you know, basically would, you know, stop doing anything like that, because I think you get resentment if you pine after somebody and sit at home. And then, you know, it's like, okay, if I was married, I'm not going to go out to the bar and drink with my friends. Okay. Because that's probably not going to be something I'm going to do. Like, I don't do that now that I'm married, to be honest. I mean, well, no, that's not true. I do go out with my mom and stuff, if Andrew wants to come or not, if I want to go. But like, you know, it's like, I think, you know, to not resist your current reality is what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Exactly. I think that's part of, you know, a couple of videos back, but acceptance. I have one foot in my 3D and I'm living my life the way I'm supposed to, but I am manifesting my future. There seems to be a balance, you know. I actually, you know, like I remember sometimes I'll script right before I'll go out, like having fun, because then I'll forget about it. My emotions are high. I'm feeling really good. And then, like you said, come in. And then like your back thing a couple days ago. So I have asthma that I've been working on manifesting away. And I'm saying it this way very specifically because the other day I couldn't find my inhaler. And I used to, in the past, I'd get worse asthma attacks and panic just over the idea that like my breathing medicine was gone. And I couldn't find it. And I said, you know what? I don't have asthma. I don't have an asthma attack. And then I don't even remember what I did. I think I was cleaning or something. I didn't need my inhaler anymore. It just disappeared. I just focused on the fact that I'm breathing fine. Other people, you know, like you said, other people do too. Inhalers in the house. I don't need to panic if it was an issue, you know? And I just, I forgot about it till the next day and nothing's come up since.
No, you know what? Actually, I was diagnosed with asthma when I was younger. And you know what? I remember one day just deciding I didn't have it anymore. Like I didn't have asthma. And, you know, and of course I had an inhaler. You keep prescriptions until they expire, and you keep them in like, you know, the prescription junk drawer until whatever. And then I end up throwing it out. And then, you know, you go see doctors and they're like, what's your medical history? And I just stopped saying asthma. Like it was just not a thing, you know, and I figured if I ever had trouble breathing, I could just go tell somebody, you know, but I've never, the only time I've needed an inhaler now is when, you know, the bronchitis thing happens or whatever, you know, like when you've got like a bacteria chest cold or whatever. But, you know, I mean, you just decide you don't have it anymore, you know, and I think that's the hugest thing. I think part of that back spasm story as well is, you know, is I had back problems all my life and I kept saying I had back problems, and I decided to stop saying that and decided to say it was a spasm. Like you can just decide, you know, because everything's empty and meaningless, and you give it the meaning that you give it, you know, so you choose what it is, right? But I mean, you know, I think it's important not to ignore. You need to acknowledge your 3D reality, right? And not ignore it. But like, for instance, like you choose. So when Andrew says he's busy and he cancels with me on a Friday night, I can say it's Friday night. That's really odd. He's probably going out with a girl. Or I can say it's Friday night. He is a lawyer. Lawyers do work long hours and he probably has to work on a case. I had that choice. Which choice felt better? B did, obviously. You know, poor Andrew, I manifested him to work a lot of Friday nights because I was like, you know, but I mean, and that's what happened. So you get those choices, you know, to navigate what you want. But, you know, I think the important thing is to focus and ruminate on what you want to see in your reality, because what you focus on in your 3D, you know, in your 4D, you know, even when you're watching TV, is going to go into your subconscious mind and project out. And I did a video last week called What's Hiding in Your Subconscious Mind, you know, how to see what's hiding in your subconscious mind. So if you want to know how your subconscious mind works, check out that video. But yeah.
I love that video. In fact, I was getting my nails done, you guys, and I was watching an old, like, I don't watch Sister, like it was on Disney Channel like 20 years ago. It was on, and somebody knocked on the door and said something, and I was like, oh, I've been saying that for 20 years, like thinking it was original. Like, I haven't said it since. I legit was like, yeah, you really do. You just pick up stuff and it becomes your reality. There's creating and there's creating.
Exactly. You know, well, that's so amazing. Thank you for all the tips and tricks. We added so much in here, guys. I intend that everybody sees, you know, something that can help them, and you guys like manifest something amazing. Yeah, thank you guys so much. And thank you for being here, Amanda T.
Thank you, Amanda M. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.